Hello and welcome, my name is Ajaxpost and this is Transport Fever, the Square England Let's Play, and I have just paused the game because that's one of the things I want to... Well, sorry, the train's on this sort of section of track. I need to adjust this. It's going to be a bit of a fixing episode today. We're going to look back and hopefully, if I have time to do it all, which, well, I'm sure I will. Yep, we're going to be looking back at some of our oldest vehicles, just making sure they're all working their best, so replacing of old buses and trains and stuff, just to make sure we're not running under capacity in some of our older routes and so on. And there's a little bit of tinkering on it. I say this almost every time I get into talking about freight in Transport Fever. It always needs tinkering with. Well, it does when I play it, because I'm not sort of... what's the phrase I'm looking for? I'm not methodical enough to work out all the demand numbers and the capacity numbers and the frequency of delivery numbers and work out a stable system. It is apparently possible to do that. I just like having goods or freight dumped to a station somewhere and then sent out somewhere else, and hopefully it all matches up. But it doesn't. And as I've played this and my other games onwards for a few years or whatever, you soon discover that things get unbalanced quite quickly, usually as the demand in a town is satisfied and so on. Because if the demand in a town is satisfied, there's no reason for the factories or the raw materials sites to actually send stuff out, because there's no demand for it, because the town has everything it needs. So why bother producing stuff that nobody actually wants to buy? It all absolutely makes sense. Unfortunately, it can be a little difficult on a map where you've got towns and towns and towns taking goods and passengers and lots of stuff in a time scale. It's difficult to keep an eye on all of it. Micromanaging, it's not one of my particular skills. Anyway, what I need to do here, I think, is fairly straightforward. We're getting lots of wood out of the forest here, going up to the sawmill here to be turned into planks, which are then added to the steel coming down from the there it is, the steel plant there, and turned into goods and machines. So machines and tools, isn't it? Yes, that's tools and that's machines. Turned into tools and machines for shipping out to various towns. And it works well, but as you can see, there's a slight imbalance between some of the source materials. So the first thing I want to do is add a second train on the route, which is this train here, the Grantham Lumber, which is a nicely profitable route. As you can see, there's a very nice profit indeed. There's only one consist on there at the moment, though. I think it could do with two. Now, I do also have two trains on this route. Yes, I do. I hadn't actually double-checked that before I started the recording. I have two trains on there, and so it's not a very long route, so there's a tendency for bottlenecking around here. So I want to get rid of that bottleneck by creating two separate points, two separate routes into the station for each of these two lines. That actually doesn't actually make sense. I'm going to make 4 tracks coming into the station, so each of those routes has its own separate in and out line. I think that says it all, doesn't it? Right, so the first thing I need to do, I think, is get rid of... I might be able to salvage some of this. Not by deleting the wrong thing, you can't. Right, so this is all dieselled, and it's high speed. So I can take that there. Okay, let's get rid of this. This I think will need to go. Okay, let's get rid of this from there entirely. So nicely enough, they are already organised. So lumber comes into the far platform, and the steel and planks are sent out on the other platform, as you can see there. Right, now the thing is, I will need to be able to get... I want to put a new train on there, so that needs to get there from the depot, so I need to make sure I can get to it from there. So we're going to have... we're going to have a line coming... I'm going to put the depot line in first because I want to put all sorts of switches and stuff in here as well, just in case come any future developments, which are unlikely, but you never know. So let's see if I can. So I want to get this. Too much curvature. I've got a signal there in the way. If I do that there, I want to get this switched in as close as possible to the actual platform entry, and double slip it. Can I? It says no, but can I? It's going to be a bit wiggly wobbly here, but then it is a depot track. Can I double slip that? I can. That's what I wanted to really check. I can do that now. Can I join these two up without too much curvature? I can. It's not a terribly elegant route, is it? But then again, it's only delivering the odd train into those two new routes. Come on, there we go. There's a signal. We won't put one there because that might cross over on this line going into Falmouth. So I don't want to do that. Okay, now, so the main thrust of this, I want to get you up there. When can I take you from here? Oh, quite early actually. Right, so this should create then two lines. I need to get rid of this junction here, so these will need. What? No, what do you mean? You're not asked to construct anything. Okay, right. Must be some odd angle of something going on there, which is giving me problems. That I should curve around nicely to that. This, I think, might need to take a different angle. Right, so I'm going to take you to there, and you to there. That's cool. Now, can I send you to there? Oh, that's nice and fast. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Very happy with that indeed. Okay, that's good. So in fact, I forgot train 29. Oh, that's the one I stopped there in the platform, just so it didn't it didn't attempt to pull out while I was building this track. Okay, what I also want to do in here, it's not needed here at all at the moment, but I just want to put it in just for sort of, I'm going to say future-proofing, but I can't yet see any reason why I'd want to use the. Oh, what do you mean collision? Collision with what? Don't collide with stuff. There, done it. Okay, right. So yeah, basically, trains can move between any of those four tracks as they need to. They don't need to. What I'm doing at the moment. Oh, I can't double slip that. Okay, I probably shouldn't need to actually, should I? Anyway, no, just these here should do that. Okay, let's just check our routes are still okay. So why are you waiting till there to split out when you could split out here? Odd. Okay, take it off for a second. Let's get some lights in here because we need lights. We always like to put lights in. So remembering we're travelling on the left in the England map. Well, it's very much a pseudo England, to be honest, but okay. That's not a very good place for it, but a signal. But I'm not going to worry about that because, as I said, these crossovers aren't going to be used anyway. Certainly not for the foreseeable future. Can we make these line up, these lights? There, so we don't need you. Okay, and coming out. We'll stick one there, and one there. Probably do with another one up here. Okay, just a reminder, the lights I'm using here are a specially modded version to replicate the line, the position of lights in the UK, where we drive on the left. Even my trains drive on the left, because that's the best side to drive on. Honest. Well, certainly in England it is anyway. If you didn't drive on the left in England, you'd certainly be in a lot of trouble. Right, these lines then. Why is that? Why is it doing that? It's coming out there, it's taking that, so why is it? If I didn't double slip that, it'd be fine. So why do you need to, I want it double slipped because yes, there's no particularly logical reason for it, but that's what I want. So you're the machinery bulk line, aren't you? So coming out of Grantham Hub, we'll go to, that's better. Right, so we'll get you going, and the Grantham lumber train is 37 with 9 naffers on. Well, it's only a short route, but the production we've got going at the moment, I think, calls for additional service on this line. It's a diesel. You're the big logo one. We'll keep everything the same. Yep. Naffy. There you go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's right. It is right. And you're going on Grantham Lumber. Magic. What the concern I have is that if we're not delivering enough lumber and planks, if that part of the build, as it were, the composite of making tools and machinery, if that isn't working properly, then the steel and so on won't get mixed with the right number of planks, and it won't get turned into tools and stuff. So it won't then. And I'm just going to stop waffling because me trying to explain stuff. Right, he's going to cross over there, and that should be fine. Okay, now the other thing I want to do, you may remember when we first set this line up, I wanted to bring more food down into the towns using this food factory here, and I tied it into this station here. I thought I would deliver food here for distribution down into the rest of the network, but what happened was the train, which is coming from the farm up here, was actually delivering wheat and livestock here to be delivered, which did kind of work because it took those raw materials up to the food factory on the southern side of the river here at Exeter. But that just makes life complicated for this station and this train here. So it's delivering, see there, it's delivering livestock as well as tools and machinery, and we don't need that. So what I'm planning to do is actually see if we can get food here delivered elsewhere on this north side of the map, starting with Thiel, which already has a... Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's only a little station. It already has a freight station here. So we can deliver food in there, taking directly off this line here. So again, this is not an electric line, so on a waypoint, there we go. Yeah, we're on the right side. So how can I get that? Not. Oh, it does work. Okay, that isn't. It's going to be a tight corner anyway there, isn't it? Would it work if I actually took it off? This is probably really bad engineering, to be honest. But would that actually give me... I don't think it really adds much, does it? Because I'm still getting 70 miles an hour around this bend, so it carries on fast here as it would anyway. So okay, no, let's not do that. Okay, and we're driving on the left, so we need to be we need to come from here. That's it, got it. Into there. Yeah, I think that's okay. Right, so the food will come back from the factory here on the left. It'll go into Thiel, and we're going to use the same train, so it'll be carrying back on to the farm here. It's getting quite slow. Can we make it faster? We can indeed. Okay. Yeah, that works, I think. Yes. Okay, so signals. So we're going to need a signal here for when trains are crossing over. That's okay. And we'll want a signal on this line here when you're rejoining the main line back to the food factory. What signals do we have on this side? Oh, none. Good grief. So I'd put signals on around the bridge, because that is just one of those sort of things I do. But because we only had one train on this line, I didn't worry about anything else. Okay. Right, so we've got one train on here at the moment. Where is it? Where is that train? Where is that train? Come on, talk to... Oh, there you are. Right, so you're going back there. Let's just stop this a second so we can see where it is. It's the Bauerei German train, presumably. 132. I do actually... I have got a train depot here, which feeds the passenger network on that side of the river. Otherwise it means getting a train all the way up from here. I don't care. I think I'm going to do that because that's how it's supposed to work. Yeah. And this may introduce extra complexity if I'm delivering food into Thiel as well, not just here. I may stop delivering food there. I might. We'll see how it pans out. You can see I really thought this whole scheme through. Okay, now the trick here is that we won't be able to, I think, put the train directly on that route. So which one was that? That's a Bauerei. What was it? 130, 131, 132. That was you, wasn't it? Yeah, BR. BR? DR, yeah. You're trying to make a 75. That's quite slow, isn't it? I mean, these are big, powerful... Well, they're quite beefy locomotives. They're not the biggest and most powerful, but they're not the fastest. It's only a mediocre power rating on there, isn't it? And it is quite a long route from the farm to the food factory. It might be worth sticking a more powerful loco on there. I don't really have one though. Although these are faster, they're more lightweight, so the power isn't as good. No. But to be honest, I mean, in this game it is the speed that counts rather than the power. They get paid on speed whether the train actually achieves it or not. But it is quite nice to think they will get a good speed up at some point on their route. Now we'll stick with the 132. Okay, and that was 14 of those naffis. Can I count that high? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 14. Oh, the man can count. Right, now can I put you on the Thiel? I can't, no. So I'm going to need to put you on the machine bulk line to start with, because that goes into Grantham Hub and then goes up to the machines factory. So it's a kind of a cheat. Machinery bulk, that's it. Okay. So we're going to need to watch you. In the meantime, hang on, sorry, no, I'll let that carry on. We do need to adjust the route. So it's going. Actually, do I want it to come down here at all? Ooh, good question. That's a very good question. It's going to produce a lot of food up there, probably too much for Thiel, but then we can take it out from Thiel to other places. Now I'm going to keep it going to Falmouth machines and add in Thiel here. And then back to Thiel Farms. That's worked out. Well, it wasn't terribly difficult, so that's fine. Okay, right, now the thing we've got in Thiel is that freight station only covers the industrial area, and food of course is a commercial commodity, so we need to get trucks to deliver it out to the commercial zones. So I'm going to need a truck station, truck stop here. Ooh, this is tight, isn't it? Can I stick one in here? That will random zooming out isn't very attractive. Stop doing it. Oops, autosave, thank you. Oh, you're a bit big. And that's a bus stop. Is that I've got a large one. I don't really want a large one. A small one will do, actually. Can I fit it then this side of the track? And is it? I don't think. It's difficult to tell if it's lighting up the station or not. I'm not sure that it is. So perhaps we do need to. I think it might be lighting it up. Ah, no. There you can you make out those very pale white lines on the white platforms? Oh, it is just about. The thing is, if I stick it in there, it's going to interact with the bus stop there, which is on the Thiel shop and work line. So if I move that bus stop round here, I think that's what I'll do. Yep, that's what we'll do. Right, so we need an actual passenger bus stop. That's one of you. We've got the sort of rounded top versions there. We'll keep in sync with that. So we'll put you there. And new road. There you go. That's fine. So we can now stick in our little cargo depot. Oh, I need to get rid of those. So they're not in the way. This is, oh, we've passed a year. What do we got? What do we got? Ooh, lots. Ooh, new BR. Oh, this is good actually. This is. Oh, there's a lot. Yeah, you can sort of go around collecting good, interesting, fascinating mods, and you end up with a new deliverables list, which is over and above the capacity of the screen to display. There you are. Right, let's. That is lighting up the platform. I can just about make it out. Yeah, so we will. Although that is quite expensive, and we are losing a couple of industrial units, which is a pity. But there you are. That's the price we pay. Okay. Well, let's upgrade some of this road. Which one are we using? We're using that one. So I'd like to make sure my vehicles have their own lanes to travel on, so they don't have to mix and get caught up with the... That should be nice to have that part of the town connected by road, wouldn't it? I mean, how does that work? How do people get there? Well, they're all travelling up from... They can't travel from anywhere. That makes no sense. Why build there? This town council has got some very strange ideas. Let's... Can I fix that? Let's at least connect it up. Simplest thing. Oh, I can do it without knocking a building down. That's good. Or can I? No, not really. Because it's not simply a bend anymore. It's an actual junction. Okay, so let's upgrade this as well while we're here. I might eventually run buses or something out there. Right, so we need to take our food into the commercial district here, which is all looking good. I'm only going to do these main roads I can get to without demolishing houses, because I just don't want to lose the business, the capacity, the demand, as it were. It's not a big deal. It all regrows anyway, doesn't it? As we know. That should do, I think. So we've got passenger stops along the way. Which direction are they running in? They're running that way. So if we run our trucks in the opposite direction, we should be okay. So that means running out this way. Okay, so let's put in some cargo stops. Well, they're going to look a bit like bus stops, but they're not. They're going to be places. Oh, so I've got some full funky new bus shelters. I'm going to have to deploy those, I think, sometime soon. And we'll stick a couple of unloading and loading. Okay, so we'll have here. And also, I think, here. That should do. Okay, so what we want here is a brand new line, which is going to be, this is Thiel, isn't it? Thiel commercial delivery. Yeah, we don't have any trucks at the moment in Thiel at all, because all the industrial stuff is covered directly by the station. I mean, there might be room to put trucks in there, to be honest, but for the moment we don't need to worry. So I'll leave it as that light blue colour, that's fine, and we're going to there and there. I don't want him to go that way because that's not a segregated street. We'll send him down out round the outside in a moment, but the first thing I'll do, I'd like to rename these so that I know when I'm looking at the map if they are commercial or industrial stops and not passenger stops. Avenue Retail. Sounds like a good place for a retail district. That's definitely right. So we're going to put waypoints along. Okay, what waypoints do I have for roads? Okay, I just got these things. There is an American pack which actually has some nice road signs, sort of trucks turn left or buses turn right sort of signs. But I think they're specifically American, so we're not going to use those. Now this is the residential area. They're bound to want post boxes, aren't they? So we'll stick a post box in there, and you can be my waypoint. So after Manchester Commercial, we will go there. And you still... No, I don't want you to go... No, absolutely not. No, no. Right, we're not going to do that. We want another waypoint. Which is this. I'll just use a road sign. And we will put him... I think we probably need to put him here. Otherwise the game might go in there and down, which would be very silly indeed. Right, that's better. Okay, so if there is a lot of private traffic on the roads, then my trucks won't get caught up in it, because they're using my bus lane roads. Right, what vehicles have we got? For freight... Oh, we've got all these lovely box wagons now. That takes food as well. Okay, so that's right. Let's read this. 50, 75 years. These are cheaper. Yeah, they are quite a bit cheaper, but they only carry 20 as opposed to 28. These are all very much... Oh, that one takes food. Liquid food? I don't know. Yeah. Livestock. And these are the in-game ones. This takes 16. No, I like these wagons. They appeal to me. So we will stick... there's not a lot of traffic in there at the moment, so I think 3 might do it. So we'll set them all to the commercial delivery, and just because I like doing this, we will give them the colour of the line. So where's my first vehicle? There he is. That is a very lovely colour. If I can focus on him. There he goes. Cute. Right. Oh, wait, where's my new train? That's the old train. It's that new train I put up here. Have I... it's not you. Is it you? No. Where is it? Surely that much time hasn't passed. Oh, hang on. You're 10. You're 10. Is this one 10 as well? It's 14. Come on, there must be a train here with a consist of 14. Is it? Oh, it's you, I think. Yes, indeed it is. Right, so you can deliver that stuff. And then we will stick you on the line you're supposed to be on, which is the Thiel farm line. Whatever it's called, there it is. 14 is slightly too long for this station. 3.3. That's a lovely profit, isn't it? Right, so we're going to put you on Thiel Farm Foods Bulk. Excellent. Right, it's going to be a while before we see our first food deliveries into Thiel, I think. Unless this... What's this? This one's not going to pick anything up, is it? Where are you going? You've still... Oh. Why has it still got steel and... Oh no, that's going to cause all sorts of chaos. Right, drop that off there, please. Right. We need that delivered here because it needs that to build the tools and machines. Oh dear. And stuff. That's interesting because it's not paying me again for that load, obviously because it gave me the 3.13 million, whatever it was, when the train arrived. But because I didn't actually let it unload fully. Well, that's interesting, that. I had kind of assumed it would just sort of dispose of the contents of those wagons as I put it on the new route, but apparently not. Okay. Right, we'll minimise you for a second. Okay, now I spoke. Oh my goodness! Hang on. Look at. Oh yes, I am now $1.05 billion flushed with money. Oh, I like that. Last year we earned 291 million. I'm sorry. These numbers are just. They're incomprehensible. I'm sorry, this is too much. Right, anyway, before I got distracted by that ridiculous amount of bank balance, I was talking. When we started this episode, I was talking about old vehicles, and I would need to retire some. One of those, as we were looking at Thiel, is the train which goes from Falmouth to Thiel. That's both of these, and there you are. Oh, yeah, Falmouth being my, I think it's the only underground station I've built. I was going to put one in Thatcham, I think it was. Yeah, I was going to put one in Thatcham, but I didn't in the end. So, yeah. Anyway, these trains carry 64 passengers, and there is 174 waiting there at Falmouth. And the other end of the line, which is one of the most gorgeous station mods you can get, which is this one. Is that not just beautiful? There really are some lovely assets, some absolutely brilliant assets in this game. So thank you very much to the modders that create them. So yeah, there's 200. So 64 passenger capacity on those trains is pitiful. And what's the maximum speed of it? 78. I think we can do better than that. Yeah, if I hit that will do what I want. Okay, I think actually could be. I have a habit of ignoring the multiple units, so let's not do that. Let's look at that. I go 62, 75, 12 count. No, that would be a monster. We're not doing that. 70. And these all go at 70, 75. The Mirage, that carries 64, so that might work. Oh, 87, I like that. That's good and fast, which is what we're after. And they carry more passengers. So if we have just a modest increase in the capacity of each train, but if they go that much faster, 380 passenger capacity, now that is too much. These, the tiny capacities. How does that work, going so fast? So I'm just wandering through this list of options I've got. That's 44. That's 2 section. Yeah, that's fine. That's 69. That goes to 87 as well. That's all in Germans, and my German isn't quite. No, I can read the word Deutschland, and other words. Problem. Technical problem. Yeah. And that's slow. Oh, there's too many of these. They're oh, that's an interesting one. That's 87. That goes 94. What does that look like in there? That's 118 yards. That's fine. That's not a problem at all. And these are diesel ones, aren't they? I think, yeah. No, you don't want TGV, not on that line. No, so the electrics are out, so it's going to be the diesel stuff. It's going to be these. Definitely. Now, what are the trains doing? Right, I don't want to catch them while they're upgrading. Sorry, loading or unloading. So we'll wait for them to move out, which they're doing, and then we'll replace them all now. Yes, that's beautiful. Right, what other old stuff have we got we can get rid of? Oh, this old bit. Oh, we're back in. Thiel is clearly where it's at. Right, so what have we got here waiting to go to Thiel? That's how much of the demand are we dealing with here? Where's Thiel? Where's the name of the town? Oh, there it is. It's miles away from the station. Yeah, we're not doing a great job of delivering. We're not anywhere near meeting the demand in Thiel there. And this would be quite a cheap delivery option. So it should, you would have thought, get the bulk of the production here, but it's not. Well, anyway, we need a replacement for this. Let's just check what it is. I'm going 62, 212, alt rot. That rot is red. Old red? I don't know. I'm making this up. Okay, so what do we have? We do have some shunters, but they are very slow, and I think this distance is more than. Well, what are these? I'm not sure if we used. Oh, I might have used those in around Exeter actually. Those strange-looking French models. Right, these are what we're using at the moment. I think is it the 212s? Yeah. Orient rot. I have no idea. That's fast. We don't necessarily need fast. It'd be nice if it went faster than 62 though. Can we find something which goes something like 68, 75? 87 is a bit much. 68 is a little bit faster. Yeah, these are very expensive though. What was that 68 one? This one. This one might do. It's not too expensive. And we got 4. Ah, they're proper stake cars on there, aren't they? That goes 62. That goes a lot faster. So does that. I'm not sure. We're taking construction goods. Oh, there is this one. This goes at 75. I'm feeling this is a mod as well. If it is, I will certainly add it to the description, so you can go find it if you'd like to use it as well. So it's cheaper than Naffy or the stake car. It is, but it carries a bit more than the stake car. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, which should give me a 40 and a bit more. Yeah, whatever the capacity of that is. Yeah, more than 48, obviously. Right, so let's waiting for free pass. Really? A free pass? Oh, goodness gracious me. Oh, the man's an idiot. Oh, I put the food train into the same platform as the construction. Oh. Okay. Right. If I put a signal up there for the moment, wait for while that train disappears. Are you going to move out? You are, so I can replace you now. Okay, that's fine. Right, let's... Honestly, what am I like? We'll just wait for that bit of a monster to depart. No! Hang on, dear me. Right. Let's try and lay this track properly, shall we? That's a much tighter bend and it's slower, but that's what we've got to live with. Okay. So you're fine now. The trouble is, of course, I think... What's that complaining about? No, you're not going to. You'll go to platform 2 instead. That's good. All right. So we don't actually need this signal here anymore, just in case it gets confusing. Just wait for this train to turn up and watch him be replaced. Then we'll check the passenger train going in as well. There should be one up here soon. So I'd like to see what that multiple unit looks like. Oh, such a tiny little train compared to that the food monster. There we go. Ah, splendid. So there's food being delivered there as it should be. That's all good. I'm quite sure why he's taking so much time. Sat there at the station. What do you mean no path? Oh, because he's longer than the... Right, I think because the last wagon there goes out beyond that switch, he can't actually turn around. Great. Right, so we'll do that. And we will do this again. And bring it in around there. It's very slow out, isn't it? But it should be, yeah, I think that should be okay now. And we missed this train turning over. There he is. I'm pretty certain that is a modded wagon. So, again, I'll add that to the description. Right, we were looking for our sexy multiple units. Oh, there he is. If I can click on the train and not the station. There he goes. Okay, it's a little bit German as opposed to English, but you know, we're still in Europe, so that's fine. Interesting sound it makes as well. You know what? I think we're about to come to the end of this episode. There's another major passenger change I want to make, which I think I hinted at in the previous episode, and I will endeavour to do that at the beginning of the next episode. Well, because it might be entertaining. Anyway, yes, thank you for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed this little mess around, changing things up. Hopefully getting the right capacities now delivered to some of my routes, at least. And, yeah, if you've enjoyed this, leave us a like. Just click on the little thumbs up button. You know how to do it. subscribed, for goodness sakes. I don't need to keep telling you. And if you've not done so already, please do subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you've any thoughts, ideas, suggestions, recommendations, criticisms even, just drop a note into the comments box below. But for now, from me, Ajaxpost, here in Transport Fever, I will forward this a little bit so you can see it going into the station underground, because that's all. I always find that quite fun. Do you? I don't know. I do. I'll see. Anyway, yes. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you again soon. But until then, bye-bye for now.